Hi, I'm Sandy from lusciouslife.com, and this is episode 5 of Tea Time Behind the Curtain, where I give you a little behind the scenes peek on what's going on in my life and in my business. My business. So I have my tea, my lovely warm mug of tea, which is Irish breakfast, even though it's the afternoon. And this week has been about two things. One, I did my first ever writing workshop, and it was led and facilitated by a very dear friend of mine, Deb Cooperman. I will link to her because you do want to check out her work. It's quite extraordinary. So there was a lot going on in my within my writerly self, and just really getting the deep pleasure and honor of being in a circle of women honestly and bravely writing from their true soul voice. It was quite something, and it revealed a lot to me about my own writerly voice, particularly my own poetic writer voice, and also this truth that Deb is always preaching, and which is that we're all writers. We all have that voice, and accessing that voice it's transforming, and it's healing, and it's revealing, and it's so inspiring. So I've brought that energy into the week of this discovery, and also just the honor of being able to witness others finding that place in themselves. I do it as a coach in my work, and it was just such a gift to be able to witness it as a participant, as someone who was in the circle. It was fabulous. So yeah, do check out our work. Again, I'll link to it. And then also, if you've been following, you know that I am more closely watching the astrological energies shift and change as a way to kind of get more in touch with the rhythms of the world around me and my own rhythms and how they blend and mix. So today's actually a big day on that front because it's a new moon in Scorpio. There's also a solar eclipse. Venus is also dancing in amongst this, and while I don't know exactly what it all means, what I do know is that there's a lot of energy around depth and releasing, rebirth, transformation, uncovering the dark, actually peeking into the dark places, the denied places. So it's intense. It's an intense time of year. And if you think about, the real essence of Halloween and Day of the Dead and that time of the thinning between the veils, it just has that feeling of realness, like unvarnished realness. So on the theme of that, I went for a little walk yesterday just to gather some things from the natural world to put on my altar, my new moon altar. Another new thing I've taken to doing recently, and of course I had to pick up beautiful little fallen oak leaves. We have lots of oak leaves here around my house, and I love them. But my real prize was this little branch, just sitting in the path, waiting for me, I think. And can you see him? Can you see the little? Sorry, I'm weird with the camera, but can you see the little face? It's a skull. How apropos, right? But I love this, and it was just such a wink, from the universe saying, dive in, go into the dark, look at what's under the surface. And so, obviously, I brought it home with me. The funny thing was, I also ran into our neighbors while I was out on my walk, and she saw the skull face right away. He couldn't see it. He couldn't find it in the wood. And neither could my husband, actually, so I don't know. I don't know if that's a gender thing. But, he's going right on my altar as that reminder that Death is in the natural world. Releasing and letting go are part of the cycle, a necessary and actually quite elegant part of the natural cycle. And, he invites me to look at what is time for me to let go of, what is shifting and changing and needs to transform, find a new form, find a rebirth of some sort. So, kind of leave that with you right there. Cozy up with a nice mug of tea and look to see what in your life is ready to be released. And maybe it's a tiny little thing, maybe it's a big thing. But do look and see if maybe you can find your way to free yourself up from something that's been ready to be let go of. So have a great week, and as always, please come visit me at lusciouslife.com. Find me on Facebook and Twitter, and sign up for my newsletter because I have a feeling that there's going to be some announcements and definitely some new writerly expressions coming forth. So, so thanks for being with me, and see you next time.